Hello, thank you for joining me today, and on today's video I want to talk to you about net 30 accounts. Of course, we're continuing on the topic as far as business credit building, but much emphasis today on net 30 accounts. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, net 30 accounts. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What are net 30 accounts? How can you get them? Everything you need to know. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to give you 3 accounts, 3 vendors out there that will automatically get you approved for net 30 accounts. I'm going to tell you step by step what you need to do in order to get qualified for these 3 vendors. So of course, stay tuned. And if you're loving what we're covering on this channel, all the different topics we were talking about, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Of course, like the video and share on all the social media platforms. If you don't know who I am already, my name is Brian Otieno, founder of Pennington Consulting Group, and over the years we've helped thousands and thousands of business owners, entrepreneurs just like yourself get access to capital, build business credit, fix their personal credit. I mean, when it comes to everything financial, we take care of it. But as I said, today I want to put emphasis on net 30 accounts. One of the best ways, easiest ways, fastest ways for you to start building your business credit. Because number one, there's no time and business requirement. There's no credit score requirement. There's no income requirement. I mean, building business credit is just really simple and easy. Matter of fact, more people needs to do it. I don't know why so many small business owners don't build business credit, don't utilize business credit. They still use their personal credit to fund their business. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna continue saying it. Personal credit was not designed to fund a business. Business credit was, okay? Business credit allows you access to much bigger lines of credit, allows you to separate your personal credit from your business credit. I mean, one of the things, just one, and then I'm gonna get back into topic. One of the main things that happens in personal credit is the more debt you carry, the more you hurt your score. When it comes to revolving accounts, when it comes to consumer debt, auto loans, mortgages, the more debt you have, the more you hurt your score. On the business side, that whole analogy is flipped. The more debt you have, the more access to credit you can actually get. The more stronger your business credit profile has, the more payment experiences you have. So it's completely different. You have to start building business credit, and one of the best ways and the easiest way to do it is utilizing net 30 accounts. So what are net 30 accounts? There's actually net 30s, there's net 60s, there's net 90s, there's I think net 120. When you hear the word net and a specific number, what that literally means is that vendor is allowing you and giving you that many days in order for you to pay that invoice in full. Okay, that's what a net 30 account. Net 30 account is an account that invoice you and you have to pay within 30 days in full. Next 60 account, you have to pay within 60 days and so forth and so on. That's what these accounts are, okay? So now let's talk about how to go ahead and set up these accounts. Now, before you can set up a net 30 account, you must have an actual real business, okay? Now, I have created a video talk about the stages that you need to take in order to properly create your business. I go through step by step in detail everything that you need to do in order for you to create a real business. You know, we're not talking about sole proprietors on here. We're not talking about just DBAs on here. We're talking about actual businesses that are incorporated with the Secretary of State, that have an EIN number, that have a corporate address, that have a business email address, that have a website, that has a merchant account, that has a bank account. You have to get all of that done in order for you to be considered a real business. I always tell people, when you're filling an application for a business financing, do you feel like you're presenting a credible business on that application? If you have any doubts, then the lender, of course, is going to have doubts. So you want to make sure you take care of the basics, which is incorporate your business with the Secretary of State. Make sure it has a really good fundable name, okay? I talk about that and I expand on that on the video talking about the stages and how to create your business. I'll probably leave a link in the description. Number 2, make sure you have an EIN number. It's completely free to get an EIN number with the IRS. But you're gonna need that because again, we're focusing on building business credit. Just like with personal credit, you need your social security number. With business credit, you need to have your business EIN number, okay? Make sure you have a corporate address. I mean, this right here is one of the ways that most people get denied, even for net 30 accounts, because they don't have a corporate address. Stop using your mom's address, your girlfriend's address. Stop using your apartment address. use an actual real business address. If you don't have a real business address, get a virtual business address, okay? And add a minimum. Don't get a P.O. box, but add a minimum, okay? If you're just starting out, if you're being cheap, okay, I've been there before, get a UPS box. A UPS box, it reads like a real address, but it's not. It's just like a P.O. box, but it's not a P.O. box, okay, because it's a UPS box. So get a UPS box, get a real address, get a real email address. I can't emphasize that enough, okay? Do not submit an application for a Net30 account with your Google address, okay? Just don't do it. Get a real business phone number. Do not submit an application for a Net30 account with your girlfriend's phone number on the account. Still, if you have your phone number is under your grandma's name, okay? Get a real business number, okay? Just make sure you take care of the particulars that you need to take care of, because again, when we're talking about lenders and extending credit, they want to make sure that they're not lending it to somebody that is not a credible business. And at this point of your business where they're not judging your personal credit, they're not judging any assets, they're not judging any income, then the one thing they only have is the credibility, how the business presents itself. I always say this, if you've been around me before, perception is key, especially when you're just starting out building business credit. It's all about perception, how you perceive yourself, your phone number, the voicemail on your business phone number. Don't have one of those voicemails like you have on your personal phone. Hey, you know what to do, click. You know, don't do that when it comes to business. Make sure you have a professional business number. Make sure you have a business signature. These are the things that lenders look for, underwriters look for, to show credibility, show that you're serious, to show that you're trying to be a long-term business. You're going to be around a year or two from now, okay? So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the 3 vendors. I'm going to talk to you about how to set up each one of the accounts specifically. Each one of them is a little bit different, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first one that I want to share with you is Uline. Uline is a great company. They immediately offer you a Net30 account if you follow the steps I just told you about having a credible business. You will automatically have a Net30 account, and the way you know if you have a Net30 account is go ahead and set up the account. I'll probably have a link in the description for you. You can just go to uline.com and go ahead and purchase something. Make an order. You know, you have to purchase something. I would suggest you purchase something more than $50, and they offer free shipping. Okay? Go ahead and purchase something, and on the checkout, that's when you know if you have a real Net30 account. When you go to checkout, it will just go ahead and process the order. And matter of fact, within a day or so, you will get a notice that your order has been shipped. Well, if you didn't pay for it, you automatically been enrolled to a Net30 account. If you basically didn't pay for it, that's basically what that means. There's some type of a net account that is set up on there that will send you an invoice within a matter of days. Sometimes, I will tell you this, especially if you did not follow the steps that I just outlined, they will have you pay for the first order first. And once you pay for the first order, the next order, they will allow you to go ahead and they will credit you for that next order where you automatically set up a Net30 account. So, but if you set up your business following the steps and guide that I just told you about, most likely 90% of the clients that I work with, they automatically get approved for a Net30 account with Uline. The next one that I want to talk to you about is Quail, Q-U-I-L-L. Okay, Quail is another one that is really great to set up a Net30 account. Now with them, usually about 90% of the clients that I send over there do have to pay for their first purchase. That's just kind of how they work. You have to pay for that first purchase. But again, once you set up an account, make sure you submit your EIN number with them. Make sure you submit your DUNS number with them. I didn't even talk about that. But again, if you watch the video on these different stages, you make sure you have a DUNS number. Make sure you provide that over to them. You can report that on the business credit side. And once you've done that, with Quail, once you've made your first purchase, you've received the purchase, the next time you go ahead and try to make a purchase, you will see that they will have a Net30 account already extended for you. Or you can call that number and inquire about their Net30 account. They will probably go ahead and just extend it to you after you've inquired about it. The last one that I want to talk to you about is Granger. Granger, they also sell a bunch of business materials. You want to go ahead and get signed up with them. Now, I'm going to tell you the trick here with Granger, okay? Once you sign up with them, and if you follow the proper procedures that I just outlined, okay, and if you watch that video that I'm going to leave in the link in the description to make sure that you do it correctly, once you sign up with Granger, you want to get their email address, okay? Once you get their email address, write them an email with on the subject, make sure you have the name of your business. And on the email say, I have recently set up an account with Granger. I would like to inquire about your Net30 account if I can get some information about that. They will immediately respond back to you. Once they respond back to you with some details about it, respond back to them, telling them that you agree to the terms of the Net 30 account. Once you do that, it's that simple step. They will immediately go ahead and set your account up and give you an access to get the Net 30 account. Again, I will put much emphasis on this if you follow the steps that I've outlined, if you've actually set up the business correctly, okay? So those right there, 3 tips, 3 companies that will quickly get you a Net 30 account for them that you can quickly start building your business credit. They will not bother you about your social security number. They will not ask you about tax returns, bank statements, any of that. They will immediately set up your Net 30 account and you can quickly start getting some payment experiences that you will need in order to move into the next step when it comes to building business credit, okay? Because there's a step, just like with personal credit, you can't just go out there and apply, $20,000, $50,000 credit lines. You have to start somewhere. You have to start, with some starter cards, maybe $300, $500 limits, and then you graduate from there, okay? Now, with business credit, very similar. Net 30 accounts is kind of usually the first stage, and then you move on to like, some vendor accounts and so forth and so on. And if you need some assistance, we definitely have one of the best programs out there to help you, walk you through this step-by-step on how to build business credit. You will have a coach assigned specifically to you that will understand your business and it can guide you and answer any questions you have. You definitely want to get in touch with us. And also there's a training that I've provided. If you're thinking about it, or if you try to start building business credit on your own and you're having some challenges, I urge you to reach out to us. PCGcreditfunding.com. There's a free training that I have on there. You definitely want to watch that, especially if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, or if you've been in business for some time now and you just have some issues, some challenging as far as accessing credit, or if this concept of business credit is something completely new to you, you want to reach out to us, okay? We'll walk you through the steps, step by step, as to what you need to do in order to build business credit. Or if you just need access to capital, we have pretty much partnered up with every lender there is out there. I talk about it on my book as well. Lastly, I don't want to forget about the book. I've written a book called 3 Paths to Lending, where I talk about the 3 ways and how you can get money for the business. What we focus on here, and what you will notice in this channel, is I'm trying to give you guys as much ammunition as you need to be a successful business owner. Just like with my book, I call it the Business Funding Bible. One of the major reasons why most businesses are unsuccessful is because of lack of funding. And I saw that need in the market. And what I noticed is the lending industry has just been made so complex, very difficult for the average consumer, or even the average entrepreneur or business owner to understand. And I'm trying to make it uncomplicated. There's so many big words, there's so much marketing going on, and it can get a little bit overwhelming. So I created a book where I talk about the 3 ways, the 3 only ways on how you can get funding for your business. I talk about all the different products that are available, exactly what the underwriter is looking for. There's a bonus chapter on there that I talk to you about your credit. Just a lot of great stuff. And for a limited time only, I'm giving away free copies of my book. Yes, you heard me right. Absolutely free copy of my book. You definitely can't miss out on this opportunity. There will be a link in the description how you can get a free copy of my book as well. So anyway, again, like always, I appreciate you for joining us today. If you want to work one-on-one with us, definitely click that link. Take yourself to PCGcreditfunding.com. Watch that training, and you'll be able to schedule a time where you can actually speak with me directly, where I can talk to you about your own personal business funding needs, and we can see what we can do as far as helping you. But again, like always, I do appreciate you for joining us today, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.